On the menu today, the Commodore 64 is 40 years old, and it's incredible that we're still getting new games for it. And one of the new games I'm reviewing for Zap 64 magazine is rather intriguing, as it's actually a Commodore 64 board game. So I thought, rather than get bored, I'd share the experience with you. So come play The Nightland with me in this episode of Perry Plays.
Insert the magic disc. Follow these instructions.
Well, while we enjoy this familiar music from the C64, not to be confused with the C64, let's load up the game from tape. Now, when I say tape, I of course mean SD card, and by SD card I mean USB drive. So we can at least pretend we're pressing play on tape. And in it comes. So this is the first time I've booted this up. I don't know what to expect any more than you. Keep in mind what you might write if you were making a Zap 64 review of this game. But I'm just enjoying and looking forward to the fun of using a board game with a Commodore 64. Hopefully we don't get bored. And seeing if it's as atmospheric as it sounds like it'll be. Very nice graphic tape loader here. I thought at first it was a three-legged horse, but it's clearly a man holding a stick or a staff. I wonder if he's one of the staff. And oft I harked into the night of the land. W.H. Hodgson. This is the land of eternal night. Is this your first game? Yes. The sun has died and dense darkness flooded the realms, laden with frightening creatures. Merely the mythic fortified citadel is a safe haven in this cursed land. But few are welcomed within its holy walls. Only the first who reaches it will find the gates wide open. The others will have to wander in darkness forever. So it's a six-sided, not a six-sided game of goose. This is a game of the goose. You'll need a six-sided dice. Ta-da! And pawns to play. Well, I suppose pawns just means figurines, so I've prepared... pull the muscle. Pull the muscle leaning forward slightly. That's how under the weather I am. Oh, jeez. I have prepared Puppyfractic here to represent Puppyfractic. I'll assume that he starts on number 1. And this is going to be our opponent, our enemy, our evil enemy. Let's call him Garth Sykes. Yes. In there. The pawns start from outside the board. Oh, okay. Outside the board. And advance rolling the dice. You control your character while the CPU, that's the Commodore 64, brings to life your opponent or creatures of the Nightland. When you are asked for an option, press the first letter, for example P for Paladin, for the outcome of a die. Type the result 6 if you rolled a 6. Makes sense. It's a multi-sensory experience. Ooh. Enjoy the dusty old synthesizers of the music score by Otto, Laszlo, and HDK while playing the game, and always roll the dice. You are Faber, te Kisk Fortune. Hope I pronounced that right. 2 players? Yes, no. Now, if you download the digital version, you only can play with 1 player, and if you buy the tape, you can play with 2 players. But as I'm unwell, it's just going to be me. Who are you? Don't you know who I am? Well, as I'm 6'3", let's go for the giant. You are the dwarf. Go with that. The stocky ancestors taught you about the narrow corridors in the subsoil of the land, the catacombs, as well as a secret path to get out of the oubliette. You won't lose turns there. Continue with your character. Sure, why not? Your opponent is the Paladin. The quest for the fortified citadel begins. Okay, everybody ready? It's exciting. You're on square 0. Okay. Roll the dice and type the result. 6. On square 6, in the branches of an old tree, you uncover a small flask of bluish liquid. It's a potion of magic speed. Oh, there's the potion. Okay. Kind of reminds me of the pawn. You know, finding potions and walking through the woods. Roll again. 4. Do I move? No, type the number. Move to square 10. Glad it's counting for me. There we go. Square 10. Done. Opponent's turn. The paladin moves on square 3. Oh, so it's rolling the dice for Garth Sykes. Very good. Okay. My turn. So if nothing interesting is on a square, we just continue. I'm going to roll the dice over here so we don't knock over Garth Sykes. So I got a 3. The crow of the very bad luck flutters over your head. There he is on square 13. That was a 3, I promise. Move to square 10. Oh, interesting. So why didn't I go to 16? Well, I'm just going to obey my instructions and move to square 10. The paladin finds magic speed. Oh, I see. So the potion advanced him. Okay. That's what it did to me. Maelstrom. A magical vortex swirls over the land. You're dragged on square 18, while the paladin is thrown on square 34. That hardly seems fair. A maelstrom. Where's 34? There it is. Okay. Now, I was expecting some music and sound effects. And we'll see if they come in a second, I guess. 1 to 19. Suddenly, the ground collapses beneath you and you fall in a tumble of earth and stone. You ended up on square 19, the oubliette of the desolate land. But as a dwarf scout, yes, you know a secret trapdoor to get out. Paladin finds the necromancer's wand. He holds it on the wrong side. Kind of a wand keeper is he, and moves to square 21. Come on, Garth. You're not doing there's no number 21. Oh, there it is. Roll the dice. Got a 1 again. Move to square 20. It's neck and neck between Garth and Perry. Now, I am slightly concerned why we've got no music here, because it talks about the world coming to life and music. So, play just a little bit more and see what happens. Paladin moves on square 26. I can roll the 1 again. Leaning against a dead tree, you find the necromancer's wand. You hold it on the right side. Yes! Move to square 38. No, seriously, there's no, oh, there it is. Yeah. Paladin moves to square 32. There he goes. Oops. I would apologise, but he's my enemy. Also 1 again. 39. Paladin encounters the giant scorpions of the desert. Safely moves on square 33. Likely story. Roll the dice. 6. On square 45, you find death. Go back to square 0. So if I'm dead, I do that. Great. Well, this is a good time to quit, and instead of the tape version on my handy dandy dongle, I'm going to go and install the disc version. We'll see if that has some music.
5 hours later.
I am back with the file on disc. Oh, different loader. Interesting. And off Die Hard. I'm not going to say the whole thing again. Is this your first game? No, actually. Who are you? We'll stick with Dwarf then. Your opponent is a giant. You're a giant now, Garth. Go over here. Stand on Perry's dead body. You're on square 0. Okay, let's roll those dice. 3. Wake up, Perry. You're alive. Square 3. Still no music. They made a big deal about the music. You have to fight the giant. Should put them facing off each other then, shouldn't we? Roll the dice. 3. Opponent rolls 5. I don't know why he has -1, but I'll take that. Move to square 2. 4. on square 6. In the toe of an old boot. Magic speed. 4. Move to square 10. Giant goes to square 9. It's right behind you. Always 2 there are. 6. Hidden under the hat of a luminescent fungus on square 16. Oh, there it is. You uncover a wooden chest containing the mythical double potion of magical double speed. A mythical double potion of magical double speed. That's a mouthful. But it means we can move to 35. Wow. Giant moves to 15. Pathetic. I'm behind him. I'm dead again. Good goodness me. Giant moves on square 43. You're on square 0. Roll the dice and type the result. In the hang of this. Getting the hang of dying. 1. You can stay there. You're annoying me. 44. There. Wow, I'm so good at this. Square 3. The giant is searching for the gates of the citadel and moves to square 48. Fine. You're on square 3. Yeah, I know. Don't rub it in. I move 3 on square 6 and the toe of it. Yeah, I get it. Toe of a boot. 2. I'm going well. Leaning against the worn statue on square 8, you find the necromancer's wand and you hold it on the right side and move to square 29. I'm quite good at this game now. The giant reached the 45. I'm not very good at this game now. He reaches the citadel, and I lose. The Nightland. Well, in a second we'll try for a better game and explore the game's music. But did you know PCB Way can actually make board games for you, or in fact any type of great quality PCB from $5? Because as we all know, PCB stands for Puppyfractics chessboard, doesn't it? Let's just remind ourselves what it said about music. Oh! It doesn't actually specify that you stream the music. Okay. They could make that a little clearer, but now I understand. Should we try it one more time with the music this time? Let's try that. So on their itch.io page, it does say that it's inspired by the works of William Hope Hodgson and Otto's dungeon-synth album. It doesn't really say that that's what you're meant to download, but here it is. Let's have a quick game with this playing. For a change, let's be a giant. I'm immune to poisons, but my kindness makes me a weak opponent. It's true. And he's the dwarf. Okay. Shake hands. There, shaking hands. Good enough. Fist bump. 1. Off to a rocketing start here on square 1. Well, he's off to a rocketing start. Square 9. Roll the dice. 6. Oh yeah. So I moved to 7, right? A warlock haunts the land, amused by your wandering, with his toothless mouth utters a dark sorcery. Swap! Suddenly the dwarf appears on square 7, and I appear on 12. That's cute. 3. $25. Oops. I accidentally had him kill me on the way over. Silly Perry. Roll the dice. 1. Oh, the fungus thing, yeah. Square 30. Oh, that really helped me. Square 35. The music seems to have stopped. So apparently it's one track here, but you can buy the album. Processing. Yay. Now downloading the app. Okay, with some more of the music playing, let's move on. The dwarf is attacked and moves back to square 28. Oops. I'm not a dwarf. There he goes. Okay. Oops. Leaning against the wand statue. I got the wand on the wrong side. Hate that wand. Here's an idea. Can't even sit down properly. Okay. You're taking this sitting down. There. 3. So you're trudging through the wild forest. No, just the normal forest. As you're trudging through the forest on square 24, a wild ogroid stalks you and attacks. I got 1. The opponent rolls 4. I lose the fight. I'll go back to 23. Dwarf encounters the giant scorpions of the desert, but safely somehow moves forwards. It's fine. 4. Wild ogroid stalks you and attacks again. He's following me around, actually, isn't he? 2. Of course, I lose the fight. Move back again. Opponent moves on square 36. It's nicer with the music, isn't it? Now imagine if this was the SID chip. A SID chip version of this. The storm is coming. Wait. You hear the loud rumble of thunder approaching. Are you looking for a shelter? Yes? So you rest in a ruined monastery, waiting for the storm to pass. You lose 1 turn. And now, in all seriousness, this is atmospheric. You've got this synthy music. You can imagine resting in a ruined monastery with a storm and thunder. Would be nicer if some of the sounds were coming from the computer, like a storm or a picture of the monastery or something, just to help spur the imagination on a little bit. But it is original, I'll give it that. Let's carry on. $39. A magical vortex. I go to 9. Dwarf goes to 23. 5. Dwarf gets the wand wrong. He goes to square 8. Apparently I have to press next each time to load the next track, so that's not helping with the atmosphere, but hey, you hear the runder of Thumble. Let's not take shelter, let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, eh? I could roll a 1. I did. You're stuck in a quagmire knee-deep in mud. You lose 2 turns. The dwarf slips and breaks his ankle. He loses 2 turns. Okay, so there's his broken ankle. Yeah, that was actually an animation of him. Breaking his ankle. Roll the dice. 5. Suddenly the ground collapses. We know what happens there. Dwarf goes to 10 with his broken ankle. I'm on 19, stuck in the oubliette. You should try to escape, roll the dice. 4. You find no secret passages. I'm still stuck. Dwarf goes to 14. He's doing well with his broken ankle. Roll the dice. 6, look at that. Yes. Where do I go? Dwarf goes to 19 as well. Are we together? Maybe I should tend to his broken ankle. There you go. A fiery dragon haunts the land. He flies through the night sky over squares 20 to 22. You have to fight the dwarf. Roll the dice. 1. You lose, obviously. Move to square 16. Sorry, Garth. Whatever your name is. Move to square 35 thanks to fungus. Amazing. Bold orcs of the moor attack you in a wild ambush on square 41. I'm just going to go there. See if I can beat these orcs. Roll the dice. 2. You lose the fight. Right. An eerie fog descends on the land. Paths are lost in a perpetual gloom. Inexplicably, the dwarf finds himself in the oubliette. I'm on 39. Got a 1. In the pocket of a worn cloak on square 40, you uncover a small purple vial. This is not a magic potion, but you are immune to its nefarious effects. Dwarf loses his turn. It's looking good for us. Roll the dice. Come on, let's roll a 9. 3. Square 43. Like this song. Dwarf loses his turn. Square 43. 3. We're getting close to the citadel. Six. You're looking for the gates of the citadel. Move to square 46. Oh, so you can't roll more than the number required. Dwarf moves on square 22. Stupid dwarf. You're on 46. 3. You have finally reached the fortified citadel. 1, 2, 3. You win! Yay! In your face, Mr. Dwarf. Go back to Legoland, where you belong. The Nightland. Well, there we go. What do you think about this game? Well, firstly, the nice things. It is incredibly original. Got to give them that. They've created a board game that you can play with the help of the computer. The descriptions on the screen do add a little bit of atmosphere. Can't deny that. You could get the same atmosphere from reading those passages out of a text, a paper manual with all the numbers on. As I cue up the music again, we were expecting music because it wasn't very clear. It just said multi-sensory synthesizers, etc. So they could make that clearer, and I'm sure they will. Not a big deal. As for the gameplay itself, well, as I was saying, you could put all that in text, but you've got a computer. Why not add sound effects? Why not add more than the loader? Well, then again, it's a free game. It didn't exist at all to begin with, and now we have a fun thing to discuss and play with that didn't exist. So, got to give them credit there. The gameplay itself is actually quite fun. I hated being killed by the opponent, and I enjoyed when I would get swirled in a vortex ahead in the game, or etc. and such like. But then we were reviewing a board game, really, not a Commodore 64 game. So I think I'm a little bit undecided. It's a bit of I love the originality, but the rest perhaps left a little bit to be desired. In a Zap score, I'd probably give it... well, we don't use 69 in Zap, so I'd probably give it a 68 or a 70, which would be something like 3.5 chips out of 5. was not bad actually. So well done for the originality. Maybe there'll be a Nightland enhanced that has some music, sound effects, and graphics a bit more like the Pawn. When you consider everything the Commodore 64 can do these days, I think it's worth trying for that. But good job to the team. I had fun. I hope you guys all had fun watching Garth Sykes get beaten by Lego Perry. Thanks as always for watching. I'll be back soon with a bit more of a normal Resopode, whatever that is, in the future, probably next week. Thanks for watching again. See you all soon. Subscribe and support below. And cheerio. Cheerio. Oh. Guys, my head fell off. There, much better. Oh.